Welcome to the August edition of my Epiphany Experts video on link acquisition techniques. This month I was going to do my video on a new set of backlink analysis and link building tools that have been released from a website called linkresearchtools.com. But unfortunately, as you'll see in this screenshot, I ran a series of reports 3 days ago, but due to the massive amount of traffic this site's receiving at the minute, they're having technical difficulties and none of these reports have finalised. So unfortunately this month I won't be able to do my video on this topic, but there's a little teaser there for next time. That's what I'll be hopefully doing the video about. And luckily for you, this month we will be looking at the recent update to the Google algorithm and the change from the random to reasonable surfer model and how this affects link building. I'm sure you all already know this, but I'll just go over it quickly. Traditionally, the Google PageRank model assigned an equal value to every link on a page, so no matter where that link was on the page or how that link appeared, it was assigned the same amount of value as all the other links on that page. However, with this recent update to the algorithm, to this reasonable surfer model, Google are now saying that links are assigned different values, different amounts of power, depending on how likely it is that a reasonable surfer or visitor to the site would be likely to click on that link. So to put it in Google's own words, the reasonable surfer model indicates that when a surfer accesses a document with a set of links, the surfer will follow some of the links with higher probability than others. This reasonable surfer model reflects the fact that not all of the links associated with a document are equally likely to be followed. So this is the question of how does Google decide which links are more likely to be followed, and as link builders, what attributes can we add to the links that we build to ensure that Google views them as being more probable to be clicked on. So as ever with Google's patent documents, this one's not very enjoyable reading, so what I've done here is try to pull out the major points that they're making and the major things that are going to affect the way that links are valued and affect the way that we build links. So the first one, that may seem fairly obvious, is the font size, colour and the other attributes of the anchor text. Although this does seem obvious, traditionally this isn't something as link builders that we've really been concerned about. But Google's now saying that the size of the font, obviously if it's bigger than its surrounding text, it could be seen as being more likely that it'll be clicked on. The colour of the font, if it stands out from the rest of the page, then again it'll be more likely. And then other attributes such as the bold and strong tags or italics, again are going to make it stand out and therefore more likely that a visitor is going to click on it. Therefore, when building links, and I think this especially is important to hosted articles and things, where we have some input into how the page looks and is styled, we should definitely be thinking about all these attributes when submitting these articles and building these links. Again, another one that's but again traditionally we didn't really worry about where the link was on the page as all links were seen as equal, but now Google are saying that the position of the link on the page is very important. So things to take into consideration are how high up in the code in the HTML is the link. Obviously the higher the better. Is it above the fold? And if so, what size monitor are people using, or what size monitor are Google assuming people are using? And a bit of research around this has shown that the 800 by 600 size monitor is the what is being used at the minute. Also, a lot of links appear in lists like blog rolls and recommended sites, so the higher in the list that you can get your link, the better. The next one is something that we have considered in the past but seems to be becoming more and more important, and that is to get the links in the content of the page and not in other elements of the page such as the footer, which seems to be totally ignored by Google now, and also the sidebar to a lesser extent due to a lot of blogging software. Links are going to be in the sidebar, but these are definitely devalued compared to links that are in content. Another point that came up in the document was that we have in the past believed that if you have two links on a page linking through to the same target, the second link is hugely devalued, if not discounted totally. However, the new patent kind of goes against that and says that if the second link it is probable that that second link will be clicked, and therefore that link will be assigned some value. As you can see in the quote there, assigning a weight to the second link based on the probability that it will be selected. Another fairly major change here is that traditionally we really think of only links in HTML documents as affecting the algorithm and therefore affecting a site's rankings. However, Google seem to again change their views on that in this document and seem to be saying that any document that is readable by a machine can affect the algorithm. Therefore, we need to be thinking about PDFs, MS Word documents, PowerPoint documents. These are all things that can be indexed by Google and do appear in search results, and therefore links in them can affect the rankings of our websites. And the final point here is the relevance of the document that the link is targeting. Obviously relevance is always a big thing in link building and SEO in general, but here we're saying that the relevance of the document that the link is targeting is going to directly affect how likely it is that a user clicks on that link. Obviously if a link is pointing to something that is totally irrelevant to the document that the user is reading, it's highly unlikely that they're going to click on it. Therefore relevance is even more important than it ever has been. So in a brief summary, basically when link building, you need to constantly be thinking about how you can make your link stand out on the page and therefore increase its likelihood that a human would click on it. And if you think that way, then I think that you will probably tick all the boxes that Google are looking for as well.